In building speed 2, we are thinking about short and long vowel sounds and the letters that we need to write them. We are also introducing n and a picture to remind you to say the sound. Think about whether or not your mouth is open and whether or not your tongue is behind your teeth, because that helps you with knowing which letter to write. When we're on different sounds, the picture will disappear. Okay, let's get started. Write the letter or letters you need for the sounds you hear. N. N is N. Sn. Sn is S. N. Nt. Nt is N. T. A. A is A. Sm. Sm is S. M. A. When you hear it at the end of a syllable. A is A. T. T is T. S. S is S. I. I is I. St. St is S. T. I. When you hear it at the end of a syllable. I is I. M. M is M. How did you get on? We're going to be reading in a minute, but before we do that, I'm going to put a line above the long vowel sounds to remind us which sound we say if we see them at the end of a syllable or all on their own in a syllable. Okay, let's get reading. N. Sn. Nt. A. Sm. A. T. S. I. St. I. M. Okay, well done. But before you go, we have got another strategy, this time for when we use suffix s. And that's because it can sometimes sound like z. So we need to be really sure about when we write an s. We've got 2 suffix squares. And these are going to be pictures, so you can draw them into your strategy book if you'd like to. First reason, I add suffix s to the end of a word if I am writing or talking about more than one. Second reason, an action that somebody or something else is doing. So I could say, Sam tips rubbish in the bin. But we need to put a little bit more thought into it. If I put rubbish in the bin, I would say, I tip rubbish in the bin. So I don't add suffix s if I say I. If I'm talking about you, I would say you tip rubbish in the bin. So I don't add suffix s when I'm talking or writing about you. Third person along is Sam or the bin. A single person or a single thing. Sam tips rubbish in the bin, or he tips rubbish in the bin, or she tips rubbish in the bin. And if I've named something like the bin, I would say the bin tips when I'm writing an action word. We will go over this a lot more times and put a picture in your strategy book so you can remind yourself as many times as you'd like to. Thank you for joining me.